look at all my tea. No, you cannot buy big boxes of Yorkshire tea like this in Portugal. Well, not that I know of anyway. This is thank you so much to my friends John and Maria for bringing me this tea. Did I mention that I like and need tea or something? But thank you so much. But anyway, this prompted my video. Actually, wasn't this and something that happened prompted my video when I told a friend who was struggling to get hold of some health food products about Solero, which is like a health food chain store, a bit like Holland and Barrett in the UK. But she's been here a while and she had no idea it existed, and she was delighted when I told her about it, and she went there and found the things that she needed. So let me put my tea away and we'll talk about some of my favourite shops and a few shops in Portugal that might interest you, where to get things and how to get hold of things. So, as I say, this video was sort of prompted from my friend who wanted some health food products, and the shop that I had told her about was Solero. Now, they are like, if you're from the UK, they are, well, I say like, I am sure they are under the same conglomerate as Holland and Barrett, because it's almost identical products that they've got. So it's like a chain of health, like a health store, but a chain, it's a big corporate one. So it's not somewhere where I'd really choose to shop normally. I prefer like independent health food shops, but they are handy because they're everywhere. Like in the UK, they're in most high streets. Here, I think they are in all the shopping malls. If there's a large shopping mall, for certain it will be there. And even the smaller ones, that's where they are, in the shopping centres. So like here, the nearest one is Coimbra. There's one in Leiria. I know over in Castelo Branco there's one. The big shopping centres, you'll find one, and towns and in the big cities. So, they do things like, obviously, health food products. They have like a little cafe in there with sort of healthy food, which is also on Too Good To Go, if you know about that. When I was in Braga, I really enjoyed getting really good stuff for a fraction of the price from Too Good To Go. So that was great. Your natural, even though is anything really natural, but like your more chemical-free, cruelty-free, personal care products, fresh fruit and veg, obviously all your health food items, gluten-free items, vegan stuff, that sort of stuff. So it's really handy. The other thing about them, they have a really good loyalty card. Now, I have got all the major supermarket loyalty cards here. I've got Intermarché, Continente, Pingo but I have never got anything in the 4 years that I've had a card. But Solero, every time, I don't shop in there that often, not every time, but very often when I go in there, they'll say, oh, you've got points, and I'll get a good 5, 6, 7 euros off my shop. So I think I'm just making this up, but I think maybe it might be €1, a point per euro, but it does add up, and it's the best card anyway. So if you are going to shop there, do get their loyalty card. The other good thing about them is you can get everything online. You can online order. Obviously, they deliver everywhere. Obviously, I'm talking about mainland Portugal. I don't know what it's like not on the mainland, but it's free delivery if you order over 25 euros, which is if you're anything like me, you're going to easily do. So it's free delivery, fast, easy shopping online. So for specialty items and health food items, Solero, really good. So another thing, what kind of influenced this video is once I said, somebody wanted something and I said something about, oh, you can get that in Sports Direct. And they said, do they have Sports Direct here in Portugal? They had no idea, and they have been here a long time. Not that we're talking about Sports Direct, but Sports Direct is in Portugal. I think there's a lot of branches in the north, but anyway, they're here. But the shop I want to talk about is Decathlon. Again, I mentioned Decathlon once, and somebody said to me, they were from the Netherlands, and they said, what's Decathlon? And I'm like, what's Decathlon? Decathlon is only the best outdoor sports shop going. I love it, but a brilliant shop. Like I say, anything outdoor, camping, hunting, fishing, obviously all your sports, bicycles, Fitness equipment, I love their fitness equipment. They got some great gym equipment. Brilliant, brilliant shop. I also like it for dog leads and collars and harnesses because they've got, not all of them have the hunting section. For some reason, the one up in Braga had a bigger hunting section. But so they do nice like reflective collars and harnesses, obviously stuff for the hunting dogs. That's where I got, I wanted a carry case for the dog. I had one big sturdy dog crate, but I didn't want two big dog crates. I couldn't fit two in the car and I didn't want to lug two of those around. So I got one of their hunting, in the hunting section, one of their dog carry crates, and it's brilliant because it's foldable, it's light, firm and strong enough to keep Nelson in. Nelson is one of the rescue dogs. He's homed elsewhere now, but yeah, he was a feisty little dog, let's say, but he loved it. He really loved it. And so that's a really nice product. So favourite shop of mine, sports gear, outdoor gear, camping gear. I mean, at the beginning of the camping season, their camping gear, I love it. So if you're an outdoor sporty person, Decathlon. They also do mail order and then also click and collect if you want to shop online and then pick it up from the shop. They also do equipment hire. So I hired a rooftop tent off them for a couple of months ago because I just wanted to try it out. I didn't, because they're not cheap. I wanted to try it first. Brilliant, really easy system to hire. You can hire things like paddle boards and bikes. They also have what do they call it? Not a pre-loved section, but a used second-hand section. What have they got? They got a special name for it. But anyway, they've got a second-hand section. I sold my tent and before I moved, and then I hadn't sold my mattress bed thing yet, and I needed to move. I didn't want to take it with me. So I took it into my Decathlon store, and then they buy it off you second-hand. Obviously, you can get a lot more for it if you put it on Marketplace or something, but it is handy for selling back your sports gear, and then also you can sell your stuff there and also you can buy it back. So they'll have a section in the store which is just all the used stuff, paddle boards, surfboards, all sorts. So yeah, it's always good to reuse and resell and recycle. So I love it. So you've got the great variety of equipment, you've got the hire, and you've got the buy second-hand or sell back second-hand gear. Obviously it has to be Decathlon gear, not just any old, can't go getting out any old sports gear and taking it along. So that's Decathlon. Another place for getting things and shopping, now I know many people hate it, but love it or hate it, it's convenient and it is such a lifesaver, is Amazon. Now we don't have Amazon per se here in Portugal. So obviously you can order from Amazon Spain and Amazon Germany, which many people do, but I find the postage can add quite a bit to your order. I don't know, some people get on with it fine, but I've placed orders and every single item comes from a different seller, so I've had to pay postage for each individual item. I got my dehumidifier from Amazon just because I searched all the local electrical shops here, online and in person, couldn't find anything decent, had to resort to Amazon. It was €40 added on top for delivery. So alternatives to Amazon is what I'm talking about here. So I've got three. So the first one is Awesome or Awesome, I'm not quite sure how you say it, but that's where I actually got my shed. If you've been following along, if you haven't, a while ago I was full-time nomadic. I got a flat pack shed and put it up on my friend's farm to store all my stuff in. And that's where I got my shed, and they were brilliant. My friend also has got quite a few things from there for her homestead. She got some nice log shelter things from there. And a couple of friends have also got their sheds from there. So yeah, there's one in the UK. I'll put the links below for that as well. There's one in the UK. Delivery is fast and free for Portugal. Another online favourite alternative to Amazon is Temu. It has come in so handy. Free delivery. It's not fast. My deliveries normally take about 2 weeks, but then you know, before Amazon, that's the kind of thing you was used to. But I just think it's brilliant for those things that you just can't find, you don't know where to get them. They have got everything on Temu. I would not use them where I wanted quality, but sometimes you just need something, needs to do a job, it needs to do several jobs. You might need it for a while, but you don't need it forever. And it's really handy. And I'm not into throwaway consumerism, but there's things you just need and you do make use of them, and it's handy for that. So I love Temu. Free delivery, not so fast delivery. The other thing I like about Temu is you'd think that you might, I don't know why, but sometimes people assume you wouldn't get very good customer service from a company like Temu, but they are brilliant. I have had a few orders not turn up. They've gone awry with the delivery company. Temu just immediately refund. If they don't deliver within the timescale that they said they would, they give you a €5 credit. There's lots of different reasons why they'll give you a €5 credit if they don't meet the standards they promise. So I like them. They've got everything. They're handy when you just need something ordered online. Another great online kind of, I say alternative for Amazon, because you know, just when you need something, you don't know where to get it, you know Amazon are going to have it. You also know you can look at reviews, you can look at videos that people have done about products. So love them or hate them, Amazon is handy. So I wanted a dehydrator for my dogs. So I only feed them real food. I don't feed them commercial dog food, which includes treats. So I need to make my own treats. So I needed a dehydrator. So I couldn't find I wanted a decent one, not like the little, you know, low cost ones you just get in the supermarkets and the shops here. I wanted a decent one. So Vivor was my go-to for that. Brilliant. Again, that free delivery, fast delivery. Vivor, you might have seen mentioned. Sometimes they sort of work with content creators. So I did actually get a garden bed for them once, just as a content creator to review and do a video on. But my dehydrator, I bought it myself, my own money, and really pleased with just being able to get what I needed, the spec I wanted. And like I say, free delivery, fast delivery, really easy and handy. So those are my free online sort of alternatives to Amazon. Temu, Vivor and Awesome or Awesome, not quite sure how you say it. And as I say, there's an Awesome UK, Vivor UK as well, US as well. I'm not sure about Awesome, whether that's the US, but anyway, you can use Tinternet and find out, but I'll put links to everything I mentioned in the description below. Right, another place for shopping in Portugal, as I'm sure you'll know, is markets. I like to shop in the market, obviously to buy local, support local. So here we have my ones in Cantonede. We have a small one, I think it's every Saturday is a small market, and then twice a month, I never know when it is. That's the thing, it's just finding out when and where the markets are. Twice a month they have a bigger one. In Tosha we have a really good market, so I'm kind of halfway in between Cantonede and Tosha. And they have a little section in their market which is the widowers, women that are selling their homegrown produce. So I always go to that little section of the market purely because it's probably, I think it's the best value, the best prices. So I always go to that little section and buy off them. And I recently, when I was at my local market at Cantonede, they had one of these leaflets, and it's all the markets in Cantonede, as in the county area, rather than the town itself. And there are loads, so they show all the markets, what days they are. So it'll be things like some are weekly, some are like, you know, the first and the second Sunday of the month, that sort of thing. This one's once a month. Yeah, I might if you're interested, I might visit and film, but yeah, and see the difference. But really good local produce. So yeah, your markets, little ones, big ones, medium-sized ones, regular ones, monthly ones, weekly ones, your markets. So as I said, it's not much of a list, but those are just a few of my favourites. But what I want to tell you now is a little bit of sort of equivalence. So I'm going to show you the shops, and if you kind of know, I'm going to sort of compare them to what I think is the UK equivalent. You might think differently, but if you do know of any or think differently, got a different shop, then do put it in the comments below. But if you're from the US and you think, oh, that's really similar to, I don't know, a Walmart or a Trader Joe's or something, and you think there's a US equivalent, do put it in the comments. So like I say, Solero is definitely a Holland and Barrett equivalent. So others are, we have B&Q, which is a big DIY stroke home store. So it's more for the DIY market, but you do get builders going in there. They do have a trade section, but it's more your DIY home and building shop. Now, I would say Brico Marché. Obviously, there's Leroy Merlin, Maxmart and others, I'm sure. But I think I've seen more branches because obviously they're attached to Intermarché, but they do remind me of B&Q in the UK. If you are missing Wilko or Wilkinson's, they used to be called Wilkinson's, I think they're now just called Wilko. There's a shop, I think it's from the Netherlands. It's called Action. I was so excited when I found this shop, but to me, it is the equivalent of the UK, excuse me, the UK Wilko. Gardening things, art and craft things, household things, a few food items. I think they're quite new to Portugal. Certainly the branches that I've seen are new branches, but there's one on the outskirts of Coimbra. I don't know where else you find them, but keep an eye out. If you miss Wilko, you will love Action. For car servicing and car parts and anything motoring and motoring accessories, there's Roadie. We have a shop in the UK called Halfords. It's a big company, big chain of stores all over the country. And I would say Roadie is the equivalent of Halfords, very similar. So they have obviously a shop. We can get things like batteries, car oil, car accessories, sat navs, all that sort of thing, anything motoring. But then they also have a mechanical garage where you can take your car for services, new tyres. And again, like Brico Marché, it is an Intermarché brand. So you find them next to or attached to or very close to Intermarché shops. So that is Roadie, the equivalent to Halfords. So another type of shops I want to give a quick mention is obviously, especially for people that are moving to Portugal and you want your things for your house and home. So shops that do things for house, home and garden, you know, garden furniture, bedding, household tables, lamps, that sort of thing. You've got Casa, you've got Homer, and you've got, I don't know how you say it, but it's initials, JYSK. I don't know if Casa and Homer do it, but JYSK sell mattresses. That's not the point I want to make, but the point is that they have the money back guarantee on the mattresses. So I don't know about you, but I'm very fussy when it comes to mattresses, and I have only ever bought mattresses from either mail order or a shopping channel where you can try it, and some of them have like up to 100 days. And if you don't like it, complete money back guarantee. They come and collect them and you get your money back. So I noticed when I was in the JYSK store that I don't know what the period is, but they do like a try, and if you don't like it, you get your money back with their mattresses. So that's worth worth looking at, you know, because when you're in a new country and you don't know brands, you don't know, you know, what you like and what you don't like because it's unfamiliar brands, I thought that was really useful. I did end up getting my mattress mail order from Emma for that exact reason. I needed to try it, and if it was no good, they needed to come and take it away, which Emma do. So you get a certain amount, I can't remember how long it is now, but they're usually a good amount, 90 days or so, minimum a month. To try it, and if you don't like it again, because obviously you cannot get those mattresses back into the packaging rolled up as they came, so they come and, if you don't like it for whatever reason, they come and collect it, and you get your money back. So the reason I mentioned those free home stores is because, I mean, there are many more, but those I think are, to me, I feel like they're everywhere. They are three of the major ones. I thought everybody knew about them, but somebody a little while ago was looking for something. They was going to go all the way to IKEA, and I said, no, you'll be able to get that in Homer, and they didn't know. So I just thought I'd mention those. But yeah, as I say, there's lots more. If you've got any suggestions, put them in the comments, and yeah, let me know if you want to see some markets. But I just thought I would share that today. Anyway, hope that helped. Thanks for watching.